Welcome back, YouTube fam. If you are new here, this is Life with Sarge. I'm Sarah, aka Sarge. And according to the YouTube algorithm, you guys all enjoyed personal question tag. So I decided to do another one. So this is part 2. YouTube is like, yep, they enjoyed it, so you should do another one. And obviously I want my channel to grow to a point where people can watch my previous videos, because my main reason for starting my YouTube channel was to help other people, and I'm not necessarily helping people with telling you about who I am and stuff like that, but I need it to grow in order for like my messages to reach certain peoples that have anxiety, depression, epilepsy, that have children that go to school, and I can kind of give them the teacher's perspective. So with that, I'm just going to jump right in. Have I ever met anyone famous? Okay, so my dad and my dad's, or my best friend's dad, and like our family, like we always have brides and stuff like that. Every Saturday or Sunday, whatever the rugby fell on, they used to watch the rugby and like scream and shout, and obviously when scores were tried, when tries were scored, and so we, us as kids, used to kind of watch in the lounge sometimes. And one day we were at the waterfront and we bumped into Bobby Skin's dad. Didn't have the longest chat. He wasn't rude or anything. He was just polite, friendly, smiled, but he obviously had somewhere to go. So that is the closest person, or closest person that I've ever met. But he was a South African rugby player, so that is perfect. Who would my ideal partner be? I would love somebody that is loyal, understanding, just like attentive, lovable, like affectionate, because I'm such an and understanding, because I'm such an overthinker. I need somebody that kind of needs to get me out of my head, and I'll obviously do the same for them, but ideally those are the things I'm looking for in a person. Ideal holiday: beach, city, or mountain? Or mountain, hands down. Not only because you can take a partner there, but you can also go with your family and like staying in the cabin in the woods. I know it sounds like a horror movie, but I mean, nothing is better in my mind than being surrounded by like trees and nature, because I'm such a nature child, or nature adult. To be surrounded by like nature, and then if it rains, that's just a bonus. But yeah, mountains for sure. Then, do I like reality TV? So I know I mentioned in my previous personal tag question video that I have stopped watching TV, but now that Love Island has started, and because I'm such a hopeless romantic, I am kind of obsessed and I can't stop watching it. So yeah, Love Island's a good one. And then another good one is an American one called The Challenge. And that is kind of like a Survivor, Amazing Race, Big Brother, like all mixed into one, which is awesome. Always entertaining. So yeah, those would be my top 2. And then sorry if I'm rubbing my nose, dog allergies again, it's constant. But yeah, then I stopped watching The Bachelor, I stopped watching The Bachelorette, and the like sister one where they go on the island, the Paradise one, I stopped watching that. So, but my main 2 reality TV shows would be Love Island and The Challenge. Do I like horror movies? I'm obsessed with horror movies. And I think it's because I deal with sleep paralysis, and that scares the heck out of me. And so I kind of want to watch things that kind of scare me, so that I don't get scared to kind of fall asleep at night. Although, thankfully, like, I'm blessed that the sleep paralysis has stopped. But yeah, I love horror movies. I'll watch it, like I'll literally be like, we'll be at like a friend's house and be like, what kind of movie, or my sister's place, and be like, what kind of movie do you want to watch? And I'll be like, horror, and they'll be like, no, because then I can't sleep at night. Like, for them, they need to be with somebody, like to sleep with somebody that night, or like watch like cartoons afterwards, just to like calm their, like, let them forget about the movie. Whereas for me, it's more of watching the horror movie, hoping it scares me, which it never does. And then I can literally just like go straight to bed by myself and I don't need anybody. What is the scariest horror movie you've ever watched? Exorcism of Emily Rose. We were 12 at the time in a group of me and my girlfriends. Were we 12? No, we weren't. We definitely weren't, because we were in high school. I think it was 16, but we were a year younger, so I think 15 or whatever. But that movie was terrifying for me because Emily Rose, the main character, who I don't want to spoil it for you, but whatever happens to her, she also had epilepsy, and I also have epilepsy, so I was like, oh my word, is this going to happen to me? And I think that's where my thing of horror movies kind of started. And then I eventually got, like, I was scared of the horror movies, but then when I realized, okay, like, I got a bit older, and I was like, okay, you're not Emily Rose, like, you're not gonna, like, whatever happened to her in the movie, it's not gonna happen to you. I was kind of like, okay, well, great, that's perfect. Now I started to enjoy watching them. And then obviously, because of everything that happens to me in my sleep and stuff like that, and obviously they say at a certain time, if you wake up at a certain hour during sleep paralysis and you see a figure, whatever, that's not good. So yeah, as I mentioned, my reason for all my love for horror movies is based on that. Do I like roller coasters? Yes, I do. Simple and easy as that. Just the thrill of the ride is exciting, and if I get turned upside down while riding the ride, that's perfect. Do I have any tattoos? I do not, but I do want to get one. And funnily enough, it's the most generic one that girls get, a butterfly, but it has so much meaning to me, because I feel like I just go through these stages of like metamorphosis. So from the caterpillar to the cocoon, and then to the butterfly. And so if anything, I'd get a butterfly. It just has so much meaning to me. Then, do I prefer the Titanic, or the movie The Titanic, or The Notebook? The Notebook all the way. And any Nicholas Sparks movie. I mean, yeah, Nicholas Sparks movie or book, hands down. Can you solve a Rubik's Cube? So funnily enough, I got a Rubik's Cube. I never solved it, but I did have someone who was like, oh, can I try solve it? And he solved it, and now it's up in my room. Over there, you can see the yellow part all there, and it's been solved, and now I don't want to touch it because it looks just so perfect. Okay, so there's that. I cannot solve a Rubik's Cube, but I have a Rubik's Cube solved there. Then, favorite swear word. So funny story here. I had to reform this video because I noticed I swore quite a lot in it, and you're not supposed to swear on YouTube, and I don't have the tools to edit the like little beep over the swear word, so I had to restart the whole video. So it's yeah. But to answer the question, favorite swear word would be a 4-letter one. But yeah, being a teacher, like, you've got to kind of, when you're surrounded by children, you have to be aware of what you're saying because you're their role models and they're going to copy you. So I kind of got into the habit of spelling out my swear words. And so if anything, I literally, even when I was talking to adults and there would be no children around, I'd be spelling out swear words. But my friends kind of knew, like, okay, this is Sarah's way of swearing without having to actually say the swear word. So favorite swear word would be, I guess my most used swear word would be SHIT, but I don't say that often. How many pillows do you sleep with? So I sleep with, I want to say 2, but I have like So the one that I actually lie on, and then the one like I kind of cuddle, but then I do have a backup if I turn over and I want to cuddle that side. So yeah, two, but I guess three like in the bed. What is at the top of my bucket list? I mentioned this in the previous one. To travel around Europe and just go see all those beautiful, beautiful monuments, buildings, architecture, museums, galleries, like literally all of that. That's just the dream. What is the one item you can't leave home without? Well, besides like your obvious mask at the moment and cell phone, because I mean, like, I feel like that's everyone's answer. I'm gonna say a jacket because my medication that I take for my epilepsy makes me cold regardless of the weather. So a jacket, like a warm, something warm to take, would be something that I can't leave home without. And the last question, if you had to choose one, would you choose infinite money or unending love? Hopeless romantic right here is choosing unending love. Okay, so that's going to be it for me today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. According to the algorithm, it is, I think, my highly watched video. So here's part 2. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up, or just DM me on videos you would like to see on Life with Sarge at Instagram. Otherwise, be kind, you are loved, and don't be so hard on yourself.